making soap today. Welcome back to another video. We are going to make our lemon meringue soap bar in this video today, and we're also going to be using again our brand new log splitter from Winston & Wool. You may notice in this video that it isn't actually me making the soap. It is my lovely assistant Sarah. The reason for it is that I've not been very well this week, but we needed to make the soap, so Sarah's made it for me. She does quite often give me a hand with making some of our soaps when I'm really busy, so I think it's quite nice that she's making an appearance in the video today. In regards to the soap cutter, it is brand new, and I want to do an actual review video for it, but I don't want to do a review until I've had a few practices of using it. So I would like to mention again, the soap cutter is from Winston & Wool. It's really going to speed up production for us, because if you've seen my old videos on the other social platforms before I had YouTube, we used to have a single loaf cutter, and it used to take me so long to cut my massive slab of soap into single loaves. So it's going to speed things up, but I want to do an honest review when I've actually had a bit of practice, so you can have a little sneak peek today. Right, are you ready? Let's dive in. Preparation is key when it comes to soap making. That's why we get all of the ingredients out first, and we also fill out our batch sheets, which become part of our product information file, which we legally have to do with every cosmetic product that we make. So we do all the preparation first, all the admin bits to begin with, write down all the batch numbers for all the ingredients, and then we can crack on with soap making. This is just really good as well, because if we've run out of a product or we don't have enough of an ingredient, we'll know before we even start making the soap, so we don't have any last minute faffing around. I am just going to cover up the scales with a bit of a blurred line, or I'm going to cover it up on the editing part of this, because we don't sell our soap recipe. We're not a company that teaches soap making, and I want to keep my recipe secret, so I hope you understand. Maybe one day we can share a recipe. So we just add a little bit of a fork design in the middle of the soap. There's no reason for it. It really is just for aesthetics. I mean, I suppose technically it probably does help the second layer to attach to it a little bit better, but that isn't the reason. We just did it because we quite like the way that it looked. And actually this was Sarah's idea as well. Sarah loves a bit of a fork design and it was her idea. So we've been doing this for, I would probably say like a year and a half now, and it has become a staple to this soap. If you are someone that does like to make soap and you're inspired by a fork top design, I would recommend using a fork with long tines, because the longer the tines, the deeper the grooves, and also it will stop the soap from like smudging the path that you've already created. So our forks are from IKEA. Oh no, they're not actually, they're from Tesco. Well, I don't know if they sold them anymore, but they've got nice long tines, which just allows us to do nice deep grooves, and yeah, doesn't it look good as well? So with this lemon meringue soap bar, it is in two halves. So we do just do one half at a time. The first half is the yellow half, and it contains poppy seeds for a little bit of extra exfoliation. Fun fact, this soap used to be called lemon sherbet, but we had so many comments and so much feedback from it saying that it smelled more like lemon meringue that we changed the name to lemon meringue. So that's what it's called now. I feel so proud watching Sarah make this soap. I was really gutted this week that I wasn't going to be able to make it because I've not been feeling very well. And bless her, she was so nervous, especially because it was being filmed for YouTube. But just watching this, feel like a proud mum. She's doing so well. I've really taught her well as well. It's just all these things that I remember teaching her and she's putting it into practice. So we're just making the second layer now, which is the white layer. This is always a little bit of a creamy sort of look, but we do also add titanium dioxide, which is a natural white colorant, and it does make it that little bit whiter as well. We're also popping in the poppy seeds into this half too to also add to the extra exfoliation. When the soap's in the mould, we're just going to use a spatula to try and get it in all the crevices. So Sarah is pushing it down, which is adding a little bit of force and pushing it into place. And she's also gently scraping it along the top to get it nice and flat. When she's done this, it will give her a nice canvas to be able to do a lovely fork top design again. Our recipe doesn't contain palm oil, but a little bit controversial, but we just don't include it. So what we do find by not including palm oil is that our soaps are a lot softer than the commercial bars, or softer than other people's soaps that may use palm oil. So we do include sodium lactate in our soap bars, but also we have to try our best to get the soap as thick as we can in the mould when it goes in, and heat it up as much as we can while it's curing. So we use, you'll see at the end, but we do use electric blankets to keep the heat inside, and this just helps the bar to get really, really hard, really firm, and to make it longer lasting as well. So Sarah has finished making the soaps now. She also made a batch of our oatmeal soap bars too. And what she's doing is she's just covering the soap bars up and putting a heated blanket underneath and on top. And what this does is it forces our soaps called something called gel phase. And this is where the soaps get really, really hot. And they kind of look like jelly. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'll do another video on this. but it makes it heat up from the inside out, again creating a harder bar, and you can see a difference in the colour as well. Again, do you know what, I'll do a video on this on a future video to show you the difference when we do this and we don't use this, but it does make the colours pop a little bit more, like yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. It makes the colours pop, but yeah, it makes it, more than anything, it makes the bars last longer. These amazing, massive slab moulds are from Winston and Walter. I absolutely love them. I've been shopping with them for a few years now, and I love them. I think I've got like six of these moulds now. They've really sped up our production. I think the first one I bought was about 2.5–3 years ago, and at the time it was a really big investment because they come from Canada. It's a lot in shipping fees, but oh my goodness, so worth it, so durable. I can't see them breaking anytime soon. They're just really well made. So yeah, they've really become part of our brand now. And I think on every single video that I post on socials, there's always someone saying, oh, where's your mould from? So yeah, it's nice that I can proudly say that I really, really love these moulds, and they're genuinely amazing. So I'm just using our new log cutter from Winston and Walter, and I must admit I am still getting the hang of this. This is why I haven't done an official review video just yet. You will notice in the video that I do struggle to push the soap through the cutter, and it's because I believe that when July, who owns Winston and Walter, I believe when she made it, she's made it so you can push it against a back bench. However, we don't have a back bench. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to contact July, I'm going to ask her for her feedback or any tips and tricks, and when I actually do a review video, I'll give you the tips and tricks and, you know, the ways of how to do this. So don't judge it off this. This is just me experimenting and getting used to my new tool. This is going to speed up the process. This is going to save me time. I'm already in love with it. It's definitely worth the money, but I want to do a review video when I've actually got my facts straight and I've had a little bit of practice first. So we left the bars heated up for about a day and a half before we switched the blankets off, and then I'm now cutting the soap about 3 days later. I know that some soap makers watching this are going to be absolutely screaming at the camera thinking, how on earth can you cut your soaps 3 days later? Because most soap makers have to cut them within a day or two. But again, it's just because we don't have palm oil in our soaps. They're not actually that hard. We can actually go a few weeks without cutting our soap bars before they get too hard to cut. Thank you so much for watching another video of ours today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've really enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and join us on the other platforms too. More information in the box below. Have a lovely week, guys, and I'll see you next week.